3A gold medal for the Union Scotties.
And the Neshannock Lancers are your 2A softball champions. The trophy lifted high.
The 10th seed Union Scotties are WPIAL champions.
Not a Cinderella story, a championship story here.
And your 2023 WPIL 2A Girls Champions, the Shenango Wildcats.
The pitch from Bruce, here it comes. Swing and miss! Union wins it! The Union Scotties have rallied to win the WPIAL Championship.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Work it down inside and alley-oop the young gun.
She'll strike it and score!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
A pleasant good evening from Pine Richland High School, nestled in Gibsonia, Pennsylvania, where tonight a berth in the WPIL Class 3A semifinals is at stake. It is the Yough Cougars at 15-8, 11-1 in their section of the WPIL this season, taking on the Mohawk Warriors, 16-7 overall. Eric Thomas with you courtside tonight. Tonight's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, MVP Insurance, Luxembourg Garbett Kelly and George, Castle Asphalt, the Newcastle Transit Authority, Madur Bonner Law, Penn Ohio Bottled Water, Gem Builders Incorporated, Health and Motion Physical Therapy, Pontius Insurance, Dorn Concrete, The Red Zone, Works in Progress, City Rescue Mission, something for your wall photography, the Tri-County Principals Association, the Mohawk Education Association, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Well, it's pretty simple here tonight. A win by either of these two teams guarantees a berth in the upcoming PIAA State Tournament. It also guarantees a berth into Monday's semifinals of the AAA WPIL Tournament. For Yough, if they make it, it would be the first time since 2005. For Mohawk, the first time since 1970. And for Mohawk, they got last year in the back of their mind because Yough is the one that knocked them out of the consolation round a season ago, despite winning 20 games for this remarkable program under head coach Mike O'Leary. Both teams had convincing wins in the opening round of the AAA tournament. For Yough, they got a big game from Tariq Crosby. We'll talk about him all night long. Of course, he has been one of the best scorers in the WPIL, closing in on 2,000 points for his career. They defeated South Park in the first round by 23, Crosby at 25, and they controlled that game all the way through. On the Mohawk side, you know what they did on Monday night. Bobby Fadden, 25 points. They just ripped right through McGuffey in their opening round game. Jay Rona, big night as well. Fadden scored 11 of the first 22 points of that game, and Mohawk had a 23-7 third quarter in which they just absolutely ran away with the game against McGuffey at home the other night. A loss doesn't end the season, though. A loss means you go to the consolation bracket. The loser's going to turn right around and play on a Saturday afternoon. And if it is Mohawk in that case, they would host a game because it'd be the higher seed. So there is a good note knowing that you would get a home game should you not be successful here tonight. But they got their eyes on the prize. These two teams both white hot right now as Yough comes into this game winning 12 in a row. Their last loss was January 5th. And for Mohawk, they have won 13 of 14, the only setback, the regular season finale loss to Neshannock. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll hear from Mohawk head coach Mike O'Leary. That comes your way next on the pregame show as we roll on here from Pine Richland High School. You're watching and listening to the WPIL Class 3A quarterfinal on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outski your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
You can shop for pretty much anything online. Clothes, food, vacations, you name it. All without ever leaving the comfort of your couch. Finally, banking can be just that easy too. With the all-new FMB eStore, you can shop for hundreds of financial products to manage your money, all from the comfort of your couch. From clicks to bricks, we've got you covered. Experience the FMB eStore in branch, on your phone, or online at fmb-online.com.
Back on the pregame show here with Mohawk head coach Mike O'Leary. And Coach, tall order tonight. Obviously a lot at stake in this game. You saw this Yough team a season ago. You know some of the names are familiar. Your players are familiar with that team too. Size up this matchup for us tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a comfort coming in. McGuffey, you see him on film. We didn't get to see him in person. Yough's main three guys are back, so a year ago, being able to play and be familiar with them, being able to even go back to that film a little bit to see what, it was a 3-point game at the end. So the comfort level, at least who we know and we know what they can do, I think is good for our guys.
Looking back on Monday night's game, with the layoff after the Neshannock loss, were you happy with how the guys came out, how they played, how they responded? How pleased were you with coming back that strong, that hot after such a long layoff?
Yeah, and I think that started in our scrimmage. We were hurting a couple of days after that game, a couple of days off back in the gym, had a really good scrimmage against Butler, and I think that got the guys going again. And then, a couple of days of preparation and a home game. So you add that all together, and a fast start by our guys on Monday, brought us to tonight.
What's it like from a coaching standpoint taking this team on the road? I know that, you go on the road obviously during the regular season. You don't go to venues like this all the time. This is a gorgeous facility, but to get these guys on the bus ride, is there a different feel when you're coming to this game as, say, opposed to a game in early January when you're on the road?
Well, absolutely, because they know what's at stake, But we did put them, I know it was in December, we played a lot of games on neutral courts. We played at Westminster, you know what I mean? We went to Newcastle, played a game. We try to put them in environments to get ready for nights like this. However, you can't replicate a playoff, mentality going into those games. But we try to make them uncomfortable. We scheduled good competition, and a lot of them on the road, or in those neutral sites to get ready for a night like tonight.
Tariq Cosby gets a lot of points, takes a lot of shots, but Austin Matthews is the guy that maybe you have to focus on a little bit. What's going to be the key to stopping those two, or at least trying to hold them off as much as you can tonight?
Yeah, we worked on it the last 2 days. Matthews is just relentless around the rim on both ends of the floor. So he can cause a matchup nightmare. So we have to get two guys on him on the inside. And again, the same thing with Crosby. We just can't let him get volume shots tonight. We have to be able to run two guys at him at times, make it difficult on him, and then maybe take chances on the other guys missing or making some shots.
One of the guys that had a big game on Monday night for you, Jay Rona, did not do much against Neshannock, didn't take many shots, more of a facilitator. He did both on Monday night. Were you happy how he came back and played?
Yeah, and we talked about that. Him and I talked a few times, about, getting it going. And sometimes, we can have really good games offensively if he pushes the ball really hard. It opens for a lot of guys. It's not just Jay scoring, but if we get the ball up the floor quick and he's aggressive on his attack, then it opens things up for not only him, but for all our guys. So he knows that, in his mentality in that scrimmage. And in that last game, you could see him, applying that. He knows, he's very smart, so he knows what he's got to do. It's just when it gets hard, continuing to do that
Final question I'll ask you. Dante Retort and Justin Boston have given you really good minutes off the bench of late. Are you happy with how the bench is? And are you confident, should you have to tap into that at some point tonight because of fouls or just because the game is at a pace and somebody needs a blow? Are you confident with how those two guys have been playing for you?
Yeah, and I think it's everything for them because their confidence is way up, and if their confidence is up when they check in, then they're not thinking about everything else. They're just trying to win. And as seniors, that's what they should be doing, right? Like, they're confident, they understand what we're doing, they've been part of it with us for 3 years. When their confidence levels up, we get so much more out of them.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight. We'll talk to you afterwards. Thanks. That is Mohawk head coach Mike O'Leary here in the pregame show on the Lawrence County Sports Network.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Back here at Pine Richland High School as we are getting set about 3 minutes away from tip here tonight between Yough and Mohawk, with the right to go to the semifinals in the WPIL tournament at stake here tonight. Out-of-town scoreboard update is brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. Why drive when you can relax and ride? Daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org for more information and route schedules. And remember, senior citizens ride for free. One other quarterfinal is going on right now. There's 5:22 left to go in the game at North Hills, and Derry area has a 45-42 lead on Neshannock. We'll keep you updated on that game. That game is also available on our YouTube channel, audio only. James Dotson is on the call at North Hills right now, but we will keep you updated on that game. The other two quarterfinals do not tip until 8 o'clock tonight, and they are the number 1 seed Deer Lakes taking on Elwood City and the incredible Joe Roth. And it's going to take a big effort from Roth tonight to knock off the number 1 seed and the heavy favorite in this bracket. And then on Mohawk's side, they will get the winner of Shadyside and Burrell, and that game also tips off tonight at 8 o'clock. So we won't have finals for you when we're done. Likely won't have finals for you when we're done, but we will try to keep you updated on all of the action across the AAA tournament, and we will have that final from the Neshannock game. There's an injury timeout in that game right now with 4:58 to go, and Neshannock is trailing that game 45-41, so 45-44, I beg your pardon. So we will hopefully have a final for you here, maybe even before we tip things off tonight here from Pine Richland High School. That's a look at your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Newcastle Transit Authority. Visit newcastletransitauthority.org for more information and route schedules. And also remember that senior citizens ride for free. Well, you heard from Mike O'Leary, the head coach of Mohawk. He's been great with us all season long. Let's take a look at our keys to the game tonight, brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services. Call Joe Wright at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next painting project, booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial properties. You can look at this Yough team, and easily you can say Tariq Cosby, we got to stop him from scoring. Most teams don't. He's averaging 26 points a game on the season. The key to this game tonight is going to be limiting the amount of shots he takes. And as Mike O'Leary told us off mic tonight, that he'll take anywhere upwards of 20 shots a game. So it's going to be about limiting the opportunity he has. The other guy you got to watch for this Yough team, and he doesn't get as much credit as Crosby does, is Austin Matthews. And he is an absolute load that this Mohawk team is going to have to contend with in the paint tonight. He is a beast on the boards. That is going to be a big focal point tonight, too. In Monday's game over McGuffey, the Hopper twins were fantastic defensively and great on the rebounds. And J.J. Nail has been maybe the unsung hero of this Mohawk team, as he has really done a good job on the glass and also as basically playing the de facto big for this team as well. So those are some of your keys to the game. Give Joe Wright a call with Works in Progress Paint Services, 724-714-4294, to discuss your next painting project. Look at tonight's starting lineups. The starting lineups are brought to you by Doran Concrete, laying the foundation for your team. Don't let just anybody lay the foundation for your home or business. Visit DoranConcrete.com for your free estimate today. It's DORAN Concrete.com for more information. For Yough, 15-8. They were 11-1 in their section this season, 56 points a game. They will start Charlie Quinn, Tariq Crosby, Xander Aird, Ryan Westerman, and Austin Matthews. And we mentioned that Crosby and Matthews are the two big ones for this team. For Mohawk, it's the same five that has started pretty much all season long. Bobby Fadden, Jay Rona, J.J. Nail, Mason Hopper, and Keegan Hopper. Keep an eye on Dante Retort, Justin Boston off the bench. They have been spectacular for this Mohawk team. Let's take a listen tonight to the national anthem, as they will be presenting the colors here in a moment. Let's take a listen to that right now as we get set for tip-off. Tonight's national anthem here at Pine Richland High School. Before we get set for tip, they've resumed action at North Hills. And it is a still three-point lead for Derry area, 48-45. There's about 4:26 to go in that contest. Now 48-46 Derry area, so we'll keep you updated on that game as the night progresses. As we see it here tonight, Yough will be decked out in the all-green road uniforms with the orange and white trim, very reminiscent of the Miami Hurricanes, almost the taken away from him by J.J. Nail on the steal. Third turnover by Yough. Gets it off to Rona, top of the circle. Jay steps back with 2:12 to go. Up near half court, left side, right in front of the Mohawk fans. He'll put it in motion now, hand it off to Mason. Now it's retort. Now it is Fadden on the near wing. Fadden, top of the circle, Nail. Now it's retort, left of the circle. Dante over to Mason. Mason right of the circle. Now Fadden, far wing. Pull up three-pointer from NBA range. In and out. And it's rebounded by Westerman. Here comes Yough with 1:50 to go in the quarter. Up by 8. 70% of the points scored by the man with the ball right now, Tariq Crosby. No surprise as Jim Nasser will call a timeout, his first. That timeout is brought to you by Pontius Insurance. Give PontiusInsurance.com a visit to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance. Get the best rates and customer service by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance. It is a 30-second timeout called by Yough. And we do have a timeout at North Hills with 23 seconds to go in the 3A quarterfinal there. Neshannock has a 59-57 lead on Derry. Again, you can catch the conclusion of that game on lcsportsnet.com. James Dotson is there to take you through the end of that one. And if Neshannock wins that, they are off to the semifinals on Monday night, awaiting the winner of Deer Lakes and Elwood, and they will book a spot in the PIAA tournament beginning in a couple of weeks. 1:37 to go in the first. Yough with possession out of the timeout. Matthews has it now, hands off Crosby. Crosby crossover on the near wing, on the far wing rather. Pull up jumper, no. J.J. Nail goes up and gets the rebound. Fadden has it with 1:25 to go. Fadden to his right. Fadden down the right block. Out to retort near wing. Top of the circle, J.J. Nail. J.J. Nail with a right-hand dribble off to Rona. Rona thought about the three, gives it off to Nail. Far side, now it's Mason Hopper on the far wing. Mason cuts across the circle. Pull up in the lane. Off the back iron, no. And there's two Yough players there for the rebound. It's going to go to Westerman. He gets it off to Crosby the other way. 60 seconds to go in the first quarter. Matthews posting up. Matthews, little baby hook. Nice job by Matthews to adjust himself, but Rona gets the rebound. Rona, corner three by Fadden. Nails it! And Bobby Fadden finally gets one to go for Mohawk. It's 10-5 with 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Boy, that lid just busted off of the rim finally by Fadden. Let's see if that gets Mohawk going here. Up top, Crosby, deep three with 30 seconds to go. Long off the back iron. Matthews had a hand on it, but tipped it right to retort. Here comes Rona the other way. Fadden, pull up three from the near wing, short. And Crosby goes up for the rebound with 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Nesser yells out to his team, hold for one shot. Crosby has it on the far side. Guarded by Mason Hopper. Crisscross yo-yo dribble with the hands. He brings it back near half court. Referee waves off the 5 seconds, down to 4 seconds on the clock. Hop step, it's stolen away by Jay. Fires it from just inside half court, and it's too strong off the top of the backboard. That is how the first quarter ends. Mohawk gets a big three by Fadden to close it. They cut the lead down to 10-5. This is the WPIAL 3A quarterfinals on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Nominations are now being accepted for the LCAP Team of the Month and the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Log on to lcsportsnet.com/awards to nominate your favorite team or athlete today.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
Start of the second quarter here from Pine Richland High School. Eric Thomas with you courtside. It's 10-5 Yough. NewcastleTransit.org out-of-town scoreboard update. It is a final from North Hills. Neshannock comes back to beat Derry area 62-57. There's actually 3 seconds to go, but this is an academic win for Neshannock. Just a matter of if they connect on these free throws. It's Mohawk ball to start the second. And that one's tipped out of bounds with 7:48 to go until halftime. So congratulations to the Lancers. They are through. And they're just playing out the string here in that game. And one final attempt for Derry, and that one is a final. So Neshannock defeats Derry tonight, 63. Another miss by Mohawk. We come the other way. It's Crosby, Matthews, the same five on the floor. Nice little backdoor pass to Aird from Matthews to lay it in, and it's 12-5. Yough with 7:19 to go in the first half. Keegan Hopper, now Jay Rona near wing. Inside it goes to Fadden. Matched up on Matthews. Fadden spins, needs some help. Bobby cuts across the foul line. Little fadeaway jumper is short. Graves in front of the rim. There's Nail. Can't connect on the putback. And another rebound by Aird as Yough will come the other way. And they are in control here, but they throw that one away again. That's the fourth turnover by Yough, and Jay Rona is there to pick up the loose ball. Keegan Hopper all alone for three, far wing, rattles around, no. Matthews the rebound, lost control, and it's going to stay with Yough as it's off Mason for Mohawk early on in this game. They are having big-time problems putting the ball in the basket early in this game. 6.5 to go in the first half as Jay Rona pokes that Charlie Quinn pass attempt out of bounds. See if Mohawk can settle down. They need a bucket in a big way. They inbound that ball into the backcourt. It's Aird who goes back to get it. Same five for Mohawk as it started the game. The Hoppers, Jay Rona, J.J. Nail, and Fadden. Inside it goes to Matthews, far baseline. That one's swatted out of bounds by Mason Hopper. With 6:20 to go. Matthews gets it off the inbound. Crosby, a little loop pass inside to Matthews, off the window and in. And Austin Matthews with 5. And he is having a big first half, and Yough is in control right now, 14-5. 6:03 to go, and we got an offensive foul on Mohawk, and that is going to be on Jay Rona. They say he leaned half. Jim Nesser screaming instructions at his team. Mohawk needs some life here offensively as Quinn has trouble handling it. Jay defending him right in front of us. Now it's Aird to his right. Aird is contacted hard by Mason Hopper. That's going to be Mason Hopper's second foul. And that's going to get Mike O'Leary to bring Justin Boston off the bench. Second foul. First free throw attempt by Aird is no good. Boston, who played very well off the bench against McGuffey in the opening round. Second one by Aird. He dips at the knees, bends and fires, and connecting to 5. Yough in front. Keegan Hopper hands it off to Boston near wing. Boston top of the circle. Now Fadden right of the circle. Fakes the pass to Keegan Hopper, a little fadeaway for Bobby, hits off the back iron again, and there is Matthews working on a double-double already. And Crosby somehow adjusted himself and avoided a double dribble, little crossover move. Crosby to the rack, no. Matthews tipped it in, no. That was almost halfway down. Matthews may have hurt his right ankle. He's not even up yet. He's slow to get up. Fadden the other way, lays it off the window and in. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor for Matthews. He is writhing in pain, slapping the foul line to our left. Landed awkwardly on that ankle, so we hope he's okay. Just caught up in the mix and came down on it. You could just see right away he was in pain. And it looks like he's telling Jim Nesser that he's good. It is dead quiet here in this gym. It's actually his left ankle, and he is putting some weight on it as he comes off the floor. So that's a good sign if you're a Yough fan watching this game tonight or listening, that it looks like Matthews might be okay. So out of the timeout, 5:12 to go. It's 16-7 Yough. Fadden has 5 of the 7 points for Mohawk. Keegan Hopper the other 2. And for Yough, that's going to bring Jackson Poore off the bench in relief of Matthews for now. We can't really see Matthews from where we're seated at courtside here from our vantage point. He is down the bench for Yough, but we'll see. We'll let you know if we see him up and moving. Splits a double team to Crosby. Spin in the lane, and he is fouled by Keegan Hopper, I believe. That foul will be on Keegan Hopper. That's the third team foul on Mohawk here in the second, and the first on Keegan Hopper, and Crosby will step to the line to shoot 2. First one is good. 8 for Crosby, 8 of the 17. Second one off the back iron, and Boston the rebound. 17-7 Yough, 4:51 to go in the first half. Fadden races across half court, dribbles to his right, in the lane, floater off the front of the rim, no, nail the rebound. They get it out to Rona, top of the circle. Rona goes right by the defender. He got contacted by Quinn, but no call. Jay crossover dribble, tried to feed it underneath and nail. Trying to do a little too much there, and racing the other way is aired, and he is fouled and blocked by Keegan Hopper, and that's going to be Keegan Hopper's second foul. And the fourth team foul, I beg your pardon, that is the third team foul. Well, now they've adjusted it. It's the second team foul on Mohawk here in the quarter. Front end is missed. Mohawk, Justin Boston and Keegan Hopper will sit and see how long Mike O'Leary goes without the Hoppers on the floor. Retort and Boston were great Monday night off the bench, and Dante has played much, much better of late. Not that he played poorly at all, but he has just done a little bit more on the floor of late for this Mohawk team. 18-7 Yough with 4:26 to go in the first half. Fadden, far side, Fadden between the legs dribble with the right hand off to the near side and now near wing. It's Jay Rona. Cuts across the circle, goes right in traffic, lays it off the rim, and is fouled with 4:16 to go. A little bit of a Bronx cheer from the Mohawk faithful as they're happy they finally got a call on Yough. Jackson Port picks up the foul. Jay Rona to shoot 2. First team foul on Yough here in the second. Free throw attempt, no good by Jay. Austin Matthews is back in the game. Still doesn't look 100%. As he limps back out onto the floor, but it is good to see that he is up. They didn't do anything to his ankle. No additional tape, so we can see. And Jay goes 0 for 2 at the line. They get the ball back, and Rona fires a 3 from the corner, and it drops. That is how you make up for it. 18-10 Yough with 4:02 to go in the first half. Quinn finds Matthews, far side, handoff Crosby. Crosby, foul line pull-up is on the way. With 3:47 to go in the half. 8-point lead for Yough. They've led from tip to this point. And Mohawk having to fight some foul trouble here. Jay gets across half court. Jay dribbles with the left hand off to his brother Drew in the corner. Drew brings it around the dial. Pull-up jumper on the way. No. And Nail is there for the rebound. Fadden top of the circle with 3:20 to go. Fadden dribbles with the right hand. Aird lays off of him. Off to Nail, left side. Retort now, top of the circle. Near wing, it's Fadden. Fadden, top of the circle, Jay. Now left of the circle, it's Retort. Back to Nail, right of the circle. Trying to feed inside. There's nothing open there as Matthews guards. Drew now has off the window and in. 18-12, Yough with 2:43 to go in the first half. Little pep in the step for Mohawk here in this full. Loud now. Down to 6, Crosby has it. Crosby guarded by Fadden, high up on the right side. Crosby, nice crossover, pull-up 3 on the way, and it drops for Crosby. He is unbelievable with that crossover. 2:15 to go, 21-12 Yough. Hand off Drew Rona from Jay Rona. Top of the circle, it's Joey Nail, or JJ Nail rather. JJ feeds it underneath to retort, tried to reverse layup, hit the bottom of the rim. And Matthews gets the rebound again, who comes Crosby the other way. Crosby to his right, tied up, got pinned up by his own man Matthews. Baseline to Quinn. Jay does a good job to cut him off. Loop pass over to the far corner, it's Westerman, now aired, now into the near corner again, Quinn. Quinn drives across the lane, tries to pull up on Jay. Jay, good defense. Now Drew guarding Air. Here in the first half, 21-12, Cougars lead. Joey Nail set to check in for Mohawk. He has been another good cog off the bench. Retort will take a seat for now. So it's Jay and Drew Rona, Fadden, JJ, and Joey Nail on the floor for Mohawk. For Yough, it is Matthews, Westerman, Quinn, Aird, and Crosby. 1:37 to go in the first half. 21-12 Yough. Drew Rona brings it across the floor. Drew gets it to Jay Rona, high up on the near side. Dribbles, little yo-yo dribble right to left. Brings it back to the right hand, goes to his right, hands it off to Fadden, or pitches it over to Fadden near wing. Bobby trying to drive baseline, gets it off to Jay, open three near wing, off the side of the rim. There goes Joey Nail up, and they're going to say off Joey Nail and out of bounds. Back to Yough with 1:09 to go in the half. Retort will step back in for Joey Nail. 69 seconds to go in the first half. You know, as much as Mohawk has struggled to second quarter, they do have 11 points, but they have not been able to pull away. There goes Air to the bucket, and he lays it in. And just as I say that, they get a big bucket to make it 23-12. Fadden across half court, 49 seconds to go in the half. Jay Rona dribbling up near the center circle. Jay over to the left side, pitches it to his brother Drew. Drew in the half-court circle on the Mohawk side, 39 seconds to go. Yo-yo dribble again by Drew Rona, 35 seconds to go. Mohawk maybe holding for the final shot. Retort on the far wing, now it's Nail up top. Now Crosby across half-court, walks across the half-court circle, guarded by Fadden. Going back and forth with Bobby up on him, lost the ball. Fadden in a race. Fadden dives, gets it off to Jay. Jay bounce pass to JJ Nail. Now it's Fadden underneath. The basket counts and a foul for Bobby Fadden, and he will go to the line to shoot one with 3.8 seconds to go in the half. The foul is on Tariq Crosby. It's 23-14 Yough, and Fadden with a three-point opportunity and a little boost here before they go to the locker room. Mad scramble at the end as Fadden makes the free throw. He has 8 in the first half. Yough will just inbound it and let time expire. So that is where we stand here at the half. Mohawk a little bit better of an effort in the second half, as they get outscored 13-10 in the second quarter. But a nice boost there at the end of the quarter on the three-point play by Fadden. He has a big first half. He has 8 of the 15 Mohawk points. We'll recap the scoring for you and give you an out-of-town scoreboard update when we come back on the halftime show. You are watching and listening to the boys 3A WPIL quarterfinal between Mohawk and Yough on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge, design, and years.
Nominations are now being accepted for the LCAP Team of the Month and the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Log on to lcsportsnet.com/awards to nominate your favorite team or athlete today. When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve. Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team and how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294, to discuss your next project.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Halftime here at Pine Richland High School. Yough has a 23-15 lead over Mohawk. As the Warriors they're going to have to rally here tonight to do it. Not an overwhelming performance by Yough. It was really a first half in which Mohawk just did not hit shots, and they had plenty of good looks and the lid just on the bucket early, and they were unable to get any kind of momentum offensively in the first half, and that has really been the story of this game. Otherwise, this probably would be a 2-point margin right now if half of their shots had fallen in the first half, but nonetheless, we sit at 23-15. The winner of this game will play either Shadyside or Burrell in the semifinals on Monday night. That game will tip coming up in about 18 minutes or so. One final already as we look at the Newcastle Transit out-of-town scoreboard. Why drive when you can relax? Daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org for more information and route schedules. And remember, senior citizens ride for free. Now, Shannock is in with a 63-57 win over Derry. That game ended about 20 minutes ago at North Hills High School. So they're into the semifinals, and they await the winner of Deer Lakes and Elwood City. That game will also tip at 8 o'clock tonight. So we will have some partial updates for you when we're done here. We won't have a final for you in those 2 games, but some partial updates for you, and hopefully a good idea as to where we stand after this game concludes here tonight. Let's take a look at our scoring recap in the first half, brought to you by Master Gem Builders Incorporated, Master Builders and Craftsmen, family-owned and operated general contractors for 4 generations. The extensive construction experience, design capabilities, and creative process allow them to help any project and meet any challenge. Building the community for over 70 years, visit gembuilders.com for more information. For Yough in the first half, led by Tariq Crosby with 11, 7 for Xander Aird, and 5 for Austin Matthews. Remember, Matthews left and was gone for a chunk of that first half with an ankle injury, and he missed a good chunk of the second quarter, but he returned. He finished with 5 points. He already has easily double figures in rebounds here tonight, so he's working on a double-double, and that was the one key to the game. We'll revisit those here in a moment that we talk with Mike O'Leary before the game tonight. On the Mohawk side, Bobby Fadden with 8, 3 for Jay Rona, 2 for Keegan Hopper, and 2 for Drew Rona. The bigger story, Mason and Keegan Hopper, they also had to sit a good chunk of the second quarter because they picked up 2 fouls each. So that is a big problem for Mohawk right now. They have not gotten any, they've gotten minutes from Boston and Retort and Joey Nail and Drew Rona, and Drew Rona's giving them a bucket, but they do not have the offensive output without the Hoppers on the floor in the first half. That's a look at your scoring recap brought to you by Gem Builders. Visit gembuilders.com for more information. As we get situated here, we understand that our video is out for the moment, so we hope to bring that back to you here momentarily. We're happy to have most of you listening to us here tonight on our YouTube channel, on the Lawrence County Sports Network website, and also our YouTube page. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. And we do have a slew of games coming up for you. On Saturday, we'll have a handful of games for you. Now, before we get to the schedule, we do know some title times, too. The boys 3A championship game will be Friday, March 1st at 5. The girls' 3A title game will be Friday, March 1st at 3, and that possibly could be a doubleheader with Neshannock, as the Neshannock girls on Saturday will be in the semifinals of the AAA girls bracket with a shot to go to the WPIL championship game. And then Thursday, the action will get started at 3 o'clock, but or 5 o'clock rather, with the boys' single A title game. That is on Thursday the 29th. And then Saturday, March 2nd, the girls' single A championship game tips at 11 a.m. All the games are at the Peterson Athletic Center, Peterson Event Center on the campus of Pitt. And hopefully we'll be there for you for a couple of those games, as well as we still have the Neshannock boys and girls alive. Mohawk still has a shot here, and the Union teams are both still alive as well. So plenty of basketball here on the Lawrence County Sports Network coming up. Saturday we will have 2 games for you, we hope. The Union boys in the semifinal against the Monty Christian, and the Neshannock girls will be in the semifinals as well. And then if Mohawk is successful here, they would play Monday night in the semis, site and time to be determined over the next couple days. If they do lose this game, they are still alive for a PIAA berth, and they would play Saturday afternoon, and that game likely would be, well, it would be on their home floor because they are the 2 seed. They would get the home game. They treat those just like the first round game, and then a win in that game would assure them a chance to go to the state title. Mohawk is guaranteed, and the losers of these quarterfinals tonight are guaranteed 2 more games, but you don't want to fall to that 7-8 game and get knocked out playing for the 7th spot. You want to either win tonight and assure yourself, or win in the semis and assure yourself of a berth in the state tournament as well. And of course, you win the semis, and you're off to the championship anyway, so you're going to be one of the top 2 seeds out of the district, regardless. As we are working through our technical difficulties here with the video, we'll try to get that squared away here. We'll take a timeout, hopefully before the half starts up here again, as we're ready to go here in moments with the second half, and Mohawk's going to have to come out and find some offense. Lid on the basket in the first 6 minutes or so. They could not buy a point. And then Fadden finally got him on track with a 3-pointer in the first quarter. They've looked good at times, and they've gotten nice buckets and good looks at times, but they have not done anything overwhelming them after they had already wrapped up the section crown on their home floor. So we are set to go here in the second quarter, the second half, and it'll be Quinn to inbound. He gets it to Aird. Yough has it. They attack the basket to our right, decked out in the road green with the orange and white trim. Rona guarding Quinn. Now it's Crosby on the near wing. Crosby spins, pull up 3 on the way, and Crosby knocks down the first shot of the second half, his 3rd 3 of the night, and that extends the lead to 11 at 26-15 with 7:36 to go in the third. The Hoppers are back out on the floor as Keegan draws a foul headed to the bucket, and that will send him to the free throw line. That foul is going to be on Westerman, his first. Hopper steps to the free throw line. First time tonight, 2 points. So it's Mason and Keegan Hopper, Jay Rona, Bobby Fadden, and J.J. Nail as Hopper makes the first. He's got 3. Starting 5 is also back out there for Yough. Westerman, Aird, Quinn, Crosby, and Matthews. Keegan misses a second, got his own rebound to J.J. Nail. Now it's Fadden on the near side. Fadden at top of the circle. Fadden spins in the lane, kicks it out to Keegan Hopper on the far wing. Finds J.J. Nail at the foul line, extended right. J.J. repositions. Oh, he's in double figures with 10. 6:40 to go. They cut the lead back to 9. Mohawk needs a stop here as we come up on 6.5 minutes to go in the third. Aird has it, and good denial by Rona on the far side. Matthews now right of the circle. Matthews hands it off to Aird. Aird bounce pass inside on the near block to Matthews. Matthews turns out of a double team. Now he's one-on-one with Fadden. Kicks it out to the near corner. Pitches it back inside to Matthews. Got by Fadden, laid it up and in. He is just too tough to defend with that wingspan and the height. And he is a problem for the shorter Mohawk Warriors tonight. Back to an 11-point lead. Fadden fighting through everybody off the window. Too strong. Another rebound from Matthews. Outlet pass ahead to Crosby. Crosby splitting everybody. A little dipsy-do in the lane. And the rebound is tipped out of bounds by Mason Hopper with 5:53 to go in the third. And that will stay on the Yough side with the Cougars up by 11. Inside it goes to Matthews. Matthews lost control of it. Jay Ronan picks it off again. Jay racing down the floor, kicks it out near wing. It's Hopper for 3. Got it! Mason Hopper gets his first points of the night. Cuts it down to an 8-point lead with 5:38 to go in the third. Quinn across half court. Matthews, left side, 5:29 to go. Aird, top of the circle. Aird gets it off to Westerman. Open 3, left side, and he drains it. Back to an 11-point lead just like that with 5:14 to go in the third. Rona gets it across half court, dribbling directly in front of us here at the scorer's table. Mohawk attacks the basket to our left. Jay a little out of control, pivots on the baseline. Out to J.J. Nail for 3. Too strong. Actually, Nail almost got the roll. That hit the side of the rim, the top of the rim, and then fell in the hands of Matthews. Here comes Quinn the other way with 4:52 to go in the quarter. Quinn spins to his left, guarded by Jay Rona. Comes back to his right. Gets out of Jay's reach, holds onto it, goes to the bucket, and is fouled. It's a late call. It's a questionable call late. And that looks like it's going to be on Nail. It is on J.J. Nail, his first. And Mike O'Leary asking why there wasn't a 5-second call on Quinn. Felt like he had the ball for 2 hours in his hands that time. Chance to extend the lead for Quinn. First one, no good. Keegan Hopper is at the scorer's table ready to check back in. And Dante Retord is out for Mohawk. Keegan Hopper with 3 fouls. Back in with 4:44 to go in the third. Second free throw attempt upcoming for Charlie Quinn. And that one falls off the front of the rim into the hands of Keegan Hopper. So an 0 for Quinn that time. Fadden brings it across half court. Mohawk needs a bucket and a stop. Inside, Fadden splits everybody, is hard fouled by Matthews. Fadden will go back to the line to shoot a pair. That is Austin Matthews' second foul with 4:31 to go in the third. Yough in front 32-21. Fadden trying to cut back into that again. Mohawk has not been able to get this below 8 in the quarter, but we still got 4.5 to go. Fadden's first is good. See if Mohawk has a rally in it. They have got to get stops, though. They're checking something with the basketball. A little perspiration on the basketball. So they wipe that off. They get Fadden reset. Bobby has it in his hands. Dribbles once, bends the knees, fires away, connects. 12 for Bobby Fadden, back to a 9-point lead for Yough with 4:25 to go in the third quarter. Matthews hands it off Crosby. Crosby a little hand check there by Keegan Hopper. Into the corner it goes to Quinn. Quinn guarded again by Rona. Out to Aird. Aird lob pass inside to Matthews. Mason Hopper all over him, no call. That was probably the hardest foul of the night, and they missed that, if we're being honest here. Hopper got away with one. They hand it off Fadden near wing. Fadden brings it across top of the circle. Fadden to his right, around the dial. Hands it off to Keegan Hopper, far wing. Crossover by Keegan. In the lane around Matthews. Can't get the roll. Matthews the rebound. And Keegan Hopper with a great defensive play knocks it off Matthews and out of bounds. It's Mohawk ball with 3:53 to go in the third. Boy, these two just know how to play defense so well. Mason Hopper to inbound it. Mason and Keegan Hopper, speaking of when I say they know how to play defense. In it goes to Keegan Hopper in the near corner. Now it's Nail up top. Now Fadden up top. Fadden dribbles to his right, or rather to his left. Now comes back slightly to his right with the right hand. Deep three by Bobby on the way. No. Rebound tapped out of there. Hopper gets it. Jay catches it. Top of the circle. No. Mason Hopper there for the rebound again with 3:34 to go in the quarter. And Jay will reset the offense for Mohawk with 3.5 to play. Jay Rona over to Fadden on the far wing. Does not use the nail screen. Baseline little runner by Fadden. No, got his own rebound. Bobby kicks it out. Top of the circle. Keegan Hopper for three. No. Rebound Fadden again. Fadden drives on Matthews. Trying to get it out to Rona. Does. Jay to Fadden. Alone in the corner for three. Got it! What a sequence from Mohawk with 3:03 to go. And Jim Nesser is furious at his team and wants a timeout. It's down to 6 with 3:03 to go in the third. This timeout brought to you by Pontius Insurance. Online at pontiusinsurance.com. For more information, call Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Tracy Giddens to get started today. It's a full timeout called by Yough. They have 2 left, or 3 left, I beg your pardon. Fadden heating up there. What a sequence by Mohawk. The misses, the rebounds, the hustle. And they finally get this thing inside of 8. Still got about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
I'll see it as soon as you put it up. No, you have to ask me.
As again, Mohawk just hanging on, getting stops. And Neshannock is into the semifinals on the boys' side. They defeat Derry area tonight. That's a game in which Mohawk had, or rather, Neshannock had to rally to come back and win. 3:03 to go in the third quarter. Yough in front by 6 after that frenetic sequence in which Mohawk got 5 rebounds, forced a turnover. 2 big saves by Keegan and Mason Hopper. That might be your sequence of the game. Forget play of the game. That might be your sequence of the game. As Yough has it out of the timeout. Quinn, Aird, Matthews, Westerman, and Crosby. They have barely subbed tonight. Only one time, and that's when Matthews was hurt early in the first half. Aird has it. They can't feed Crosby. Up top it goes to Quinn, now far side. Westerman, he is open for 3. Got another one for Westerman. His second 3 of the quarter. Back to a 9-point lead. Rona alone, far wing for 3! And Jay drills it to answer. 35-29 Yough, 2.5 to go in the third. Jim getting a little lukewarm now as these two teams heating up from downtown as Crosby gets by Mason Hopper. His 3-pointer is on the way and good. 17 for Crosby. Fadden races down the floor. Goes right to the rack. Contact, no call. They missed that one as Matthews hammered Fadden. No call, they let him play. Aird racing the other way. Goes by everybody and lays it up and in. Nobody stopped the ball. 9 for Aird. It's 40-29. Back to 11 with 1:55 to go in the third. Fadden on the right side. Fadden between the legs dribble. Comes back there. Center circle. Now it's Keegan. Now Jay. Deep 3 for Rona. Knocks another one down for Jay Rona. 43-29 Yough with 1:35 to go in the third. Quinn, and rather Aird across half court. Off to Westerman on the left side. Westerman top of the circle to Quinn. Guarded by Keegan Hopper. Now Matthews up top. They got Nail on him. Matthews trying to feed Crosby. Mason Hopper is guarding Crosby now. Mason Hopper staying right with him. Little lob inside to Matthews. It's picked off. Up ahead to Jay. Jay outrunning. Everybody lays it up and in the basket. Counts and a foul for Jay Rona. Mohawk has come alive here in the third. It's the second foul on Crosby. Jay is going to go to the line to shoot one to cut this thing down to 5 with 67 seconds to go in the third. Dante Retort is back for Keegan Hopper. Great job by Keegan Hopper to not pick up another foul. Rona steps to the line, calmly fires away and connects. 12 for Jay Rona. 40-35 with 63 seconds to go in the third. Mohawk trying to complete a comeback here in the second half. Aired, skip pass across to Quinn, far corner, three-pointer launch, no. Rebound tap by Fadden, and Jay Rona runs it down. Mohawk can cut this thing down to as little as 2. Jay dribbles back to his right, hands it off to Fadden, far side. Bobby, little Euro step, and he lays it up and in! 17 for Bobby Fadden. It's down to 3 with 35 seconds to go in the third. Crosby, pull up three-pointer, far wing, no. Rebound, Jay Rona. Mohawk can tie it to end the third. Mike O'Leary calls for one shot, 23 seconds to go in the clock. Jay Rona backs it up near half court. Fadden in front of us on the near side. Now Mason Hopper comes up to receive it near half court. 14 seconds to go in the third. Mason to his right, hands it off to Retort. Retort to Rona, got the hot hand. Rona, backdoor to Fadden. It's cut off. Bobby gets it, fade away, hits the front of the rim, and Matthews pulls in the rebound. What a third quarter here at Pine Richland High School as Mohawk down 23-15 at the half, and they've cut this thing down to 3 at 40-37 as we go to the fourth. This is the boys AAA quarterfinal on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Looking for a unique way to expand us each year? Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Pine Richland High School, 40-35. Yough in front of Mohawk. The two teams combined to score 37 third quarter points. Mohawk, which trailed 23-15 after the first half, gets bucket after bucket by Fadden and Rona. Great minutes by Keegan and Mason Hopper to avoid more foul trouble, although Keegan did pick up his third. Fadden has it now as Mohawk has it to start the fourth. Jay has it on the near wing. Now between the legs dribble goes to his right. Now comes back left. And his hand checked there by Quinn. On the floor for Mohawk, it is Keegan and Mason Hopper, Bobby Fadden, Jay Rona, and J.J. Nail. As Jay Rona will inbound it right in front of us here at the scorer's table. His team down by 3, 40-37. I think I misspoke a moment ago and said 35. It's 40-37. Yough in front. Fadden for the tie. Lets it fly, and he got it! 20 for Bobby Fadden, and we are tied at 40 with 30 seconds gone in the fourth quarter. Unbelievable game and effort by this Mohawk team here in the second half. Quinn has it. It's Quinn, Aird, Westerman, Matthews, and Crosby for Yough. Westerman off to Aird near wing. Westerman drives, or rather Aird drives on Fadden. Little cheap ticky-tack foul called on Fadden. Will be his first. He did get a little contact on that baseline. And that'll be Yough maintaining possession with 7:11 to go. Other games have tipped in the quarterfinals. Deer Lakes and Elwood and Shadyside and Burrell are underway as Jim Nesser gets a timeout, barely. They do award the timeout to Yough. Referee emphatically saying timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 40-40 with 7:10 to go in the fourth. This is the AAA boys quarterfinal on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there, MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Out of the timeout, Yough will inbound. It's Quinn underneath the basket, standing to the left of the student section by Yough. He will get it in, maybe, gets it up top to Westerman. And there is Aird up near half court, guarded by Fadden. Handed off to Crosby, high up on the left side. Crosby now guarded by Fadden, dribbles with the right hand, cuts back to his left, between the legs, dribble goes to his right. Crosby, little step back three-pointer on the way, no. And Rona is able to out-muscle Matthews for the rebound. Mohawk can take the lead for the first time tonight on this possession. Fadden around the dial, hands it off to Keegan Hopper. Hopper, a little spin on the elbow. Up top it goes to Mason. Now Jay, deep three launched by Jay, and he knocks it down! Are you kidding me? 15 for Jay Rona. Mohawk the lead with 6.5 to play. Quinn brings it across half court. 43-40. Mohawk. And we get a 5-second call on Quinn, the defense of Jay Rona. He's got 4 steals tonight. He has played lockdown defense and a big momentum-shifting turnover by this Mohawk defense with 6:18 to go. Now Fadden, right of the circle. Jay's got the hot hand. He has it in his hands right now, top of the circle. Now it's Keegan Hopper. Underneath Fadden all alone. It's blocked by Matthews. Great recovery defense by Matthews that time. And then we get a little foul on the baseline called on Fadden. Referee not having any of it. Mike O'Leary tells Fadden to walk away. Fadden trying to state his case to the officials, and he was having none of it. Point lead for Mohawk, a berth in the state or the WPIL semis, and a berth in the state playoffs on the line right here tonight. Crosby gets by the defense, goes right to the rack and lays it in. He is spectacular and has 19 points, cuts the lead down to 1, 43-42 Mohawk. 5.5 to go. Mason hands it off. Keegan Hopper near wing. Keegan knifes across the lane. Little start-stop underneath the Nail. Nail trying to reposition himself. Gets it off to Keegan. Tough angle off the window, and Keegan gets it to fall. Just his second field goal of the night. 45-42 Mohawk with 5:13 to go. Air the ball. Gets it up top to Westerman. Hit 2 big threes in the third. Now they try to find Crosby. Denial by Mason Hopper inside to Matthews. Lost the ball. Matthews out of a triple team spins and scores. 10 for Matthews. Back down to 1. 45-44 Mohawk in front. 4:40 to go. Fadden yo-yo dribble right in front of us near midcourt. Aird again laying off of him by about 5 feet. Bobby looking right at his defender. Continues that yo-yo dribble. 4:23 to go. Mohawk slowing the pace a little bit. They've spread the floor. They've got Nail on the far block. The Hoppers in each corner. Rather, the Hoppers on the right side. And look at this by Mohawk. This is, well, it's a lot of fun if we're being 100% honest. It's Fadden between the legs up near half court. Referee lays off, lets him go. Now they get it in motion with J.J. Nail up on the right side. J.J. Finds Keegan Hopper left side, left of the circle. Keegan finds Jay Rona on the right side. Jay backs out, now Mason Hopper left side, guarded by Crosby. Over to the far side and Fadden. Aaron is right up on him this time, right in his jersey as J.J. Nail comes out to get it. Matthews guarding him. Keegan Hopper has it. Keegan with 3:32 to go. Now Jay Rona left of the circle, guarded by Quinn. Hopper with Crosby on him. Fakes to his left, now comes right, passes it off to Fadden near side. Fadden, little pitch over the top. Mason Hopper, three-pointer on the way. No. Keegan Hopper, and we're going to get a foul on Matthews. Over the back on Keegan Hopper, who buried himself in the paint to position himself for that rebound. That's the third foul on Matthews. You know, I got to tell you, 30-second timeout called by Mike O'Lear and Mohawk. The Hoppers have played some of the best defense I've seen all season long in the last two games. They have just done so many things smart in these two games, and really all season. You can credit them, but particularly tonight, Keegan Hopper picked up his third foul in the third. Mason has played the entire second half with 2. They have executed the offense and done their part on the offensive side. Keegan Hopper with the great play to position himself a minute ago for the rebound. Then you got the play in which he knocked it off Matthews out of bounds that started that 5-rebound possession by Mohawk. They kept it alive and ended up getting the tie off that possession. Grand scheme of things, you think about that and where this game would be without that possession by Mohawk. Fadden off the inbound. Fadden drives, hangs, contacted by Crosby. Got his own rebound, loose on the floor, pitches it out of there, and we're going to get a foul on Crosby. Fadden trying to feed it through a triple team. Foul's actually going to be unerred. That's his second. Mohawk will keep it on their side of the floor. They attack the basket to our left. And Jay Rona will inbound it to the left of the student section as he sees it. Inbound to Keegan Hopper. Back to Fadden. Fadden with it in his hands. Drives on air. Off balance. Gets the runner off the window to fall. 22 for Fadden. Rated his average. 47-44. Mohawk in front with 2:55 to go in the contest. And we're going to get an official stoppage here. Rather, did we get a timeout? We did get a timeout by Jim Nesser. It is a 30-second timeout called by the Yough head coach. They are down to 1 timeout left. And we will keep it here. Our NewcastleTransit.org out-of-town scoreboard. Again, congratulations to Neshannock. They are into the boys AAA semifinal. They defeat Derry tonight. So they will play on Monday night, and they await the winner of Deer Lakes and Elwood City. And that game is going on right now. And that is through one quarter. Deer Lakes a 13-8 lead over Elwood City. In girls action in the 1A bracket, the defending state champion Union mauls West Green tonight 59-16. That was in the fourth quarter. Last update we had there. They were up at one point 45-3. That Union team is so good. 64-57 the final for Neshannock earlier. And we got an offensive foul as Yough had it out of the timeout. And that foul is going to be on Quinn. His third, so Mohawk gets it back. And that is the fourth foul on Yough here in the fourth quarter. So they went almost the entire first without committing a foul. And now Mohawk will sit on it with a 3-point lead and 2:33 to go. For tonight, Quinn the other way, start, stop, Jay picks his pocket, and Jay comes up with another steal. His defense has been spectacular tonight. Clutch shots and big defense for Jay Rona. As Fadden, they pitch it back and forth between the two. Double team by Crosby and Westerman. Jay keeps it alive over to Fadden. Fadden goes right by Crosby and draws the foul. For Tariq Crosby, that'll be his third, and the fifth now on Yough. So that's going to send Fadden to the free throw line. Sitting on 22 points. His team sitting on a 3-point lead with 2:02 to go. Shadyside and Burrell await the winner of this game. Fadden drains the first. 23 for number 1 with 2:02 to go and a 4-point lead, the largest of the night for Mohawk. Second one by Bobby. The sophomore drains it. 24 for Bobby Fadden, and that is going to be career point number 1,000 for this incredible sophomore. They won't stop the game. It's the playoffs. Crosby pull-up three from the corner. No. JJ nails skies and reaches for the rebound. Jay Rona calls a timeout right in front of us with 1:32 to go. Now they may acknowledge Bobby Fadden. He ain't worried about that 1,000 points, but that is one heck of an effort by Fadden to score 1,000 points. The Mohawk faithful chanting Bobby Fadden with the clap. Congratulations to this spectacular in his career. He is not done by a long shot. Michael Lair with the timeout to keep his troops calm here. You got to figure it's going to be Rona and Fadden. We'll see if we can get Bobby Fadden in our postgame tonight, if Michael Lair will allow us to. Should Mohawk be successful. We have 92 seconds to go and a 5-point lead. This is a crucial possession for Mohawk. They go into the backcourt to Fadden, keep it in his hands. 90 seconds to go. A berth in the WPIL semifinals on the line for Mohawk. Two-time champs between 20 and 21. Fadden, between the legs dribble, backs it out. Fadden puts it in motion now. Fadden now pulls it back. Look at this kid and the poise that he has as a sophomore with it in his hands. 70 seconds to go. Fadden, they can waste as much time as they want. Yough doesn't have to foul. Doesn't matter anyway because they're over the limit anyway, and that's Xander Aird will reach in and foul Fadden. Fadden's first, and he misses. Second one by Fadden, in and out, and Matthews the rebound. 60 seconds to go. 5-point lead for Mohawk, 49-44. That was not an over and back. You hear the crowd. They got it into the backcourt. Crosby off balance runner. No, and JJ now the rebound and gives it up to Jay Rona. And Jim Nesser not telling his team to foul just yet. They want it out of Rona's hands, but Quinn's going to step in there and pick up his 4th foul. In this 4th quarter, 2 of them in the last 3 minutes. Been a total team effort for this Mohawk team in the second half, but the man at the line right now, his defense and his shooting in the second half as he misses the front end. It's a 2-possession game, so this is only going to keep it at 2. That was a big miss, though, because that makes it 3 if he goes 2 for 2, and Rona makes the second. 16 for Jay Rona tonight. Mohawk's got to be, and that's an offensive foul, and they got the call right. Aird just leaned too much into Fadden and shoved him with the forearm clearly up the court. 4th foul on Aird with 36.9 to go, and Jay Rona will inbound it. And the final timeout of 30 called by Yough head coach Jim Nesser. Mohawk is 36 seconds away from their first semifinal trip since 1970. And this crowd, this decisive crowd in favor of the Warriors tonight, many of the fans making the trip from Lawrence County tonight. We said it earlier that these two teams are from complete opposite ends of the WPIL spectrum. You have Yough, which is out in Westmoreland County, And then you got Mohawk, which is up in Lawrence County. I mean, you're closer to Ohio than you are Yough when you're at Mohawk. So that tells you how far on the other end, if you're unfamiliar with where Mohawk is, and I'm sure most of you listening are, but are familiar, that is. Again, the first quarter update, Deer Lakes 13-8 over Elwood City. We'll get as much as we possibly can on scores for you. Shadyside and Burrell, the winner of that game, will play the winner of this game. And if Yough doesn't find some shots here in the next 36.9 seconds, it's going to be Mohawk for the first time since 1970. I mean, a lot of happy people exiting Gibsonia tonight on the way back to Lawrence County. The other side of the court, we're at the scorers table closer to the Mohawk bench. The other side of the floor is basically all red and black. There's a couple of Yough fans behind us, but they are not represented as well as Mohawk is here tonight. The Yough fans have been great. The student section's been great. Mohawk's has been better. Rona into the corner, and Jay's going to call a timeout as he is tied up in the corner, and does so wisely with 20 seconds to go. So if you're Yough, you can't foul because a foul puts them on the line. You have to try to stop them. That's a full timeout called by Mohawk. And with 20 seconds to go, Mohawk trying to salt away this game and get to the semis. And they just have to kill 20 seconds, and they are going to do it. Bobby Fadden scores his 1,000th career point. Did so on a free throw. And his team, they had 15 points at halftime. 15 points at halftime. 35 here in the second half. They have held Yough to 4 points. They've outscored them 15-4 so far in the fourth. We still got 20 seconds left. Mason Hopper to inbound. Fadden, Crosby back there to challenge him. Fadden, and we got a foul called on Crosby. That'll be his fourth. Tariq doing what he can to extend this game. The season not over for Yough. They're going to be in the consolation round. They win their first consolation game. They're booking a trip to the state state tournament. And Tariq Crosby and Austin Matthews will get a chance to play on as Fadden steps up there and he hits it. And that is pretty much going to be your dagger right there. It's a 7-point lead with 17.5. Mike O'Leary yelling at his team, no threes and no fouls. Fadden, 8-point lead. 26 for Bobby Fadden. And Yough's got to get it across the court. They do. Crosby, they'll just let him contest. Not contested, and take it to the bucket and lay it in. 52-46, and then Quinn steps up to foul out. He picks up his 5th foul, and he is going to be done for the night. No points. This Mohawk team is going to head to the WPIL semifinals, and they will get a little bit of revenge for what happened last season. 20 wins for this Mohawk team a season ago. They were defeated by Yough in the consolation bracket, a 3-point game. Crosby had a big night that night, 29 in that game. Crosby tonight with 21. Bobby Fadden with 27. And he's also hit a handful of free throws here in the fourth. 7-point lead, back to 8. And Mohawk, for the first time since 1970, they'll just let Crosby take it down the floor. A little windmill showtime dunk to end it. His last bucket of the night. He finishes with 23. But Mohawk finishes off Yough, and they go to the semifinals in AAA with a 54-48 comeback for the ages here at Pine Richland High School. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, our post-game show, we'll hope to talk to Mike O'Leary and also hopefully Bobby Fadden or a player of his choosing, and we'll bring that to you next. You've been listening to the boys 3A quarterfinal on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between.
Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
You're always on the winning team with the Power of Bowser, the official car dealer of the WPIAL. Visit powerofbowser.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to find your perfect vehicle. Get the absolute best price and the best car buying experience around. See the full lineup at powerofbowser.com. Powerofbowser.com, where the power of Bowser is yours.
At Penn West University, we're making college make sense again for people who maybe thought college wasn't the answer. We're making college practical with programs tied to in-demand jobs that prepare you for success right away. We're making college accessible by breaking down barriers and offering more choices. We're making college approachable with faculty who understand where you're coming from and help you get where you're going. At Penn West, we're making college valuable again for people just like you. Learn more at pennwest.edu.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let public transportation just make sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore.
As coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Back here at Pine Richland High School on the postgame show, we're joined by Mohawk head coach Mike O'Lear. You need time to catch your breath? Holy cow.
I just told him, I said, listen, guys, like, with all the guys here and all our – I'm going to ruin the moment. So I said, just stay out here for a few minutes and, you know, it's good for kids to be in this environment and to, you know, have these people here that travel down here tonight. And I said, you got to enjoy it. Sometimes we just get to the next thing, and So, yeah, as that's going on, I'm trying to catch my breath.
What clicked in the second half? You just asked me about shooting numbers, and I apologize. I don't have them, but I'm sure you guys shot lights out in the second half. But what all of a sudden clicked in that second half? It seemed like there was a lid on the basket in the first half, especially the first, 6 minutes of the game.
Halftime, and we were 2 for 16 from 3. Our assistant coach told me that. And we went in, and they had 23 or 24 points, maybe 20. And it's not like they're trying to miss. But 2 for 16 is not us. So I said the only thing I can tell you to do is get back out there early and shoot, you know, and they came back out at halftime and shot. And I don't know. I said I felt, and they know it, they've been doing this a long time, I felt like we just need one guy to hit one. And if somebody hits one and makes a play, it becomes contagious, and that's for all teams. But we really needed that tonight. He told me at halftime, he said, Coach, I don't know. He's like, every one I shot felt really good in the first half. It just missed it. You know,
there's a couple plays in this game that are not going to show up on a stat sheet. Number one, I think it was Keegan Hopper that had the ball off of Austin Matthews down on this end of the floor in the third quarter to the left of us here. And that you guys got like 5 rebounds in a row at that point to keep the possession alive, and then you hit a 3, and that 3 ties the game. And it's like that he's not going to get any credit for that play, but that play saved you guys
and when
gave
they
you the
called
time.
timeout, I told our guys, I said, guys, when we win this game, I said, that's the possession we're going to talk about. I said, because we got 4 or 5 shots on 4 or 5 offensive rebounds, and we finished the possession. And I said, if we fight like that for the rest of the game, you know.
The other thing I'll bring up, too, is, and J.J. Nail, 2 big rebounds. The one that he has to stretch for when this game is still somewhat in the balance, he stretches for it and pulls it in, and then gets another big one late when they're still, within striking distance there at the end. And that wasn't easy to do tonight with Austin Matthews in there. You told me before the game that kid is a beast on the boards. He had to have 15 or 17 rebounds here tonight. He was fantastic, and JJ's able to outmuscle him twice to get big rebounds for you on the other end.
And I don't think Matthews was the same after he got hurt early.
Yeah, he did not look healthy.
He did not look good, but he's still, even not looking good, he's still tough when he's standing underneath that rim. But the last 4 or 5 possessions, I think JJ got every single rebound for us, and I just kept calling him over saying, give me one more. And he would just, every time he clean rebound, he got it to our guards. And we finished those possessions at the end.
The Hoppers again, too. I mean, we said Keegan's play, but playing the third quarter, Keegan picks up the third. You let him stay on the floor, and then Mason plays the whole second half with 2 fouls.
Yeah, and he had his tough and assigned kids gassed. I mean, he was in Crosby's face the entire game. A few times we would put Bobby on him, but Mason face guarded him, and again, he came up with a big possession at the end on the legal screen. That went our way because Crosby was a little frustrated, so he pushed through it.
I know you didn't want to talk about last year, the other night when we talked before the game, but does it feel a little sweeter knowing that it was this team tonight? I mean, I know you can't really think about that because you want to win the game, you want to move on, but it has to feel pretty sweet for you and these guys to get a little bit of revenge in the same.
Yeah, and I feel for our seniors. Especially I know he's kind of a senior because that's the group he's been in. But for our senior class that went through some tough times, coming through, and last year having a tough out, and to this team and losing at the end when we had the lead the entire game, just feel good for those guys that they can, that we were able to help them get to where we think they could be.
The other thing I'll ask you, and I know he doesn't want to talk about it. He has said so. He doesn't want to talk about it, but he's only a sophomore, and he hit 1,000 points tonight, and it was a huge free throw. I mean, let's not take away from the fact that you needed that point at that time, and he gave it to you. But Bobby Fadden, 1,000 points, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, he's incredible, ain't he? Like, I can't believe he's only a sophomore. Me and him go at it hard, but I love his personality because he's fierce, he's competitive, and most of all, he wants to win. And he said it. Like, we never even talked about 1,000. In fact, after the handshake line, I looked up, completely forgotten. I think he did. He's just playing to win, and that's the kind of kid he is.
If I could ask you, are we able to talk to him?
Yeah, I just had him.
Over? Okay.
I just had him coming this way. I'll find him for you.
Okay, Coach. Congratulations. We'll see you Monday night in the WPIL semifinals against either Shadyside or Burrow. We're going to try to get Bobby Fadden over here for some post-game comments too. Talk to him about his big night here tonight as he gets his team into the semis with a 28-point night, 20 points in the second half, and a milestone free throw. Here is Bobby Fadden. I'll just have you throw those on. Let's get that adjusted for you. If you can throw those on. And Bobby is kind enough to join us here. Boy, what a game that was. Talk about your second half there. 20 points in the second half.
We went in the locker room. Our defense was good. Shots weren't falling, but we knew we weren't going to shoot it that bad all night.
I know you don't want to talk about it, but we have to. 1,000 points. What does that feel like? And to do it at the point of the game in which you did it, it wasn't a game-winning shot, but in just about every sport, you know the Hoppers, Dante, Justin, all you guys, Joey, you guys are all together on the football team. But what is it about this team that you never doubted yourself in that second half? You figured you were going to come out and win the game.
Well, Jay and I, obviously cousins, we are with each other all the time. We've been playing basketball one-on-one since we were 5-6 years old. And then football is where we really grew because we were just our thing at Mohawk was we couldn't finish. We couldn't finish a season, and we all just came together. We're the closest group ever at Mohawk, and we just all come together and battle everything out.
You get a chance to finish it. You can do so again on Monday night in the semifinals. We don't know who you're going to play yet because the game tipped off at 8 o'clock, but it's either Shadyside or Borough. You guys get a chance to possibly get to the Pete and play for a WPIL championship. That's pretty awesome.
Yes, we're going to do it. We got it.
Congratulations, man. Nice job
Thank
tonight.
you.
Appreciate you coming over here and spending some time. That's Bobby Fadden with us here on our post-game show. Let's take another break, and then when we come back, we'll give you the scoring numbers, and then we'll also award our
Inspection to budget estimation. Gem Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
And giving you these great smiles all throughout the day.
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school. What should we do?
We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at LCAP.
Related services to Western team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of complete. A quote for your next project.
Small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one.
Over 80 years.
Back to the top of their game. Maley Chiropractic has 3 prehab before you rehab. Includes an Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Post-game show on Monday night. Your insurance company not always on your recap tonight. Services call 724-652-1372 for more information. For Yough in this game, led by Tariq Crosby, 23 points tonight. And Austin Matthews finished with 10. He had a double-double tonight. Remember, he missed a little bit of time with an ankle injury in the first half. Xander Aird had 9, 6, half by fourth quarter. For Mohawk, Bobby Fadden, 28 points. Hopper, 3 from Mason Hopper. Get on out of here. The Maley Chiropractic play of the game. She bounced the ball off of Austin Matthews' knee, saved a possession for Mohawk. They ended up getting ended up getting a 3 that second half. So a heads up, Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet. Proud to honor Keegan for tonight's play of the game. He'll receive a customized T-shirt, courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's play of the game. Video of tonight's play of the game may be also featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network's standout platform on Twitter and Instagram to view tonight's Maley Chiropractic play of the game. And the full MVP of the game tonight, 18 points. He had 13 in the second half. Their defense up game tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance. Call MVP for the win. Let's give you one look lastly here at the Newcastle Transit Authority, newcastletransit.org out-of-town scoreboard. Gas prices continue to rise. Save money on gas and let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving Newcastle. Other final in AAA, it was Neshannock 64, Derry 57, so the Lancers off to the semifinals. Late in the second quarter, Elwood City had an 18-17 lead on top-seeded Deer Lakes. So all 3 Lawrence County teams, at least Elwood City, had Burrell ahead of Shadyside. 6 and Elwood. Mohawk awaits the winner of Shadyside and Burrell because Mohawk completed an unbelievable rally here tonight. 39 second half points. They beat Yough 54-48 to claim their first semifinal berth since 1970. And they'll do it Monday night with a chance to go to the Pete against either Burrell or Shadyside Academy. That'll do it for us here tonight. We hope you enjoyed that one as much as we did. Mohawk will win because some of these games, there'll be video. Some of them are going to be audio. We'll have to determine all that here in the next couple of hours and figure out what we can bring you as far as both. But we'll see you Saturday. Hope you enjoyed that one. Have a great Friday. Enjoy the